moon count. In the end times, it's clear that there's a specific amount of days, and it will only be understood through a lunar calendar of 30 days, months, and the cycle thereof. And the Hebrew calendar falls in line with these things, and it can be followed through with the 30-day cycles of the moon. Looking into the count of the amount of days mentioned in the prophecy will become clear. Revelation chapter 12, verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. What we see is 1,260 days, which is 1,260 days. And this is 42 months. And in this timing, we look at the same timing for this. In Revelation chapter 12, verse 14, it says, And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time from the face of the serpent. And this is given that you will know that the time, times, and half a time is the same thing as 1,260 days. It helps you understand the interpretation of what is written in the book of Revelation, but also in the book of Daniel, where it talks about a time, times, and a half a time. A time and times and a half a time is a year and 2 years and half a year. And this would be understood clearly if you're looking at a Hebrew calendar or amount of days based upon the lunar calendar of 30-day cycles of a month. And we look for the same amount of time. In the book of Revelation, you can see that it's measured by 42 months in the Revelation chapter 11, verse 2. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months. So we see 42 months is given as a time frame, which is also a lunar moon cycle for the prophecy. And we know that the amount of the prophesying of the plagues during that same time is given an amount of 1,260 days as well. Revelation chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. So again, let's look at what we have for basing all of the measurements of time and the scales thereof for the prophecy of the end. Looking to the accounts. First, we see 1,260 days being 1,260 days. That is in Revelation chapter 11, 3, and Revelation chapter 12, verse 6. So the time scale of this is 1,260 days. And then we see in Revelation chapter 12, verse 14, the time, times, and half a time, which is 1 year, 2 years, and half a year. So we have also in Revelation chapter 11, verse 2, the 42 months. So we look and see the 42 months here, and 42 months is actually 12-month year, and you have 3 of those, which would be 36, plus 6, which means half a year, and then it would be 42 months. So what we have here is 30-day cycles of the moon, found in 1,260 days, which is 42 months, and it's also 3.5 years. And this is 1,260 days. 1,260 days divided by 30 will give you your amount of months. This is all the same time frame given for these events in the prophecy, and it's based upon the moon cycles. And this is all fulfillment in the prophecy of the end times, that the people will be brought back to restore them to understand the times that they're in. The Hebrew calendar, bringing them back into the law which Moses had taught, and having the faith and testimony of Yeshua. Keeping the commandments of God and having the testimony of Jesus Christ. The woman in Revelation chapter 12, verse 17, goes out into the wilderness for those 42 months. She keeps the commandments of God and has the testimony of Jesus Christ. So therefore we know that the people that are going out into that period will have an understanding of the Hebrew calendar, the things that were written in the law, and they will understand the month cycles of the moon. And this is how you will know those prophecies. And this is the prophecy of the moon count.